Really?
That's a thing?
No. I'm not prepared. Did you prepare for
Let's
something?
leave it for next weekend.
We'll just improvise. Okay. Where's everybody? Where's your family? Okay. Okay, it's like a grand entrance.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's wonderful to see you. It's wonderful to celebrate Shabbat with you this evening. We have a fantastic bar mitzvah boy, Mr. Ezra Bloom, celebrating us this weekend. We're going to begin our service on page 10, Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh Avorachaman Mishoch Avdach Eretzonach Yarutz Avdach Kimoya Yishtachave Mul Hadarach Ki Yeravlo Yedidutach Minofet Suf Vechol Ta'am Yigalena Ufros Aviv Alai Etzukan Shelomach Tahir Eretz Mikvodach Na'ila V'nismechabach Maher Ahuv Ki Ba'moen V'honeni Ki Me'olam
Lechun Ranenai is on page 11.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Naria, letzur ishenu, nikad mafana betoda. Naria, letzur ishenu, Bizmiro Naria lo, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Arba'im shenakut bedor, va'omar am to'el levavhem, vehem hildu derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yevaun el menuchati. Shiru Adonai shir chadash, shiru Adonai kol haaretz, shiru Adonai baruch shemo, bazru meyom leyom yeshuato.
ספרו בו עם כבודו וכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדולה אלוהים מאוד. We continue on page 14, ישמחו השמיים.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. Yiram Hayam,
Yiram Hayam,
Yiram Hayam, Umelo, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Umelo, Yismechu Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
V'tagel haaretz.
Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Umelo, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Umelo.
We continue on page 18, Zamru Ladonai.
Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor Bekol Zimra, Bechatzotrot Bekol Shofar. Hariu Lifnei Amelech Adonai. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor Bekol Zimra, Bechatzotrot Bekol Shofar.
Hariu lifnei Amelech Adonai.
Yiram Hayam Umelo, Tevel Veyoshvei Ba, Neharot Yimcha Uchav Yachar Harim Yiraneinu, Lifnei Adonai Kiva Nishpot Haaretz, Yishpot Tevel Betzedek, Ve'amim B'meisharim. Yiram Hayam Ulo, Tevel Veyoshvei Ba, Neharot Yimcha Uchav Yachar Harim Yiraneinu.
Page 20, bottom of the page.
Nai, 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 yai, nai, 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 nai,
Lai, la, la, lai, lai, lai. Lai, 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 lai.
nai, 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 yai, nai, 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 yai, nai, 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 nai,
Lai, 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 lai.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu
lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh
Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Ki kadosh
Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho.
Ki kadosh
Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Ki kadosh
Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Ki kadosh
Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
If you're able to do so, I ask that you please rise as we turn to page 21, Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid, Habu Adonai b'nelim, Habu Adonai
מעוז.
איי, 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 הבו לאדוני,
כבוד שמו,
השתחוו לאדוני,
בעדת קודש,
כל אדוני, המים ולכבוד ירים. אדוני, על מים רבים, כל אדוני, בכוח, איי, 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 כל אדוני, בהדר, כל אדוני, שומר ארזים וישבר אדוני, את ארזי הבנון ויקידם כמו עגל לבנון וציון כמו בן רמים, כמו בן רמים, איי איי איי, כל אדוני נותן לבקש, כל אדוני יקיל מדבר, יקיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול לעלות ויחשוף יערות ובחלום כולו אומר כבוד, איי איי איי, אדוני למה הוא ישב וישב, אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. ניי 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 ניי
Please be seated. Page 22. If you would, may your mighty right hand undo the knot that ties us up. Almighty, if you would, guard as the apple of your eye those who seek your unity. Ana v'choach.
Ana bechoach, bechoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha, tatit tzerura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu, tzarenu nora.
Ana v'choach, bechoach, gedulat yemincha, yemincha,
tatit tzerura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu, tzarenu nora. Ana bekoach, gedulat yemincha, tatit tzerura, tatit tzerura, kabel rinat amcha, rinat amcha, sagvenu tzarenu nora. Na gibor dorshe yechudcha, kevavad shomrem, barchem tarem, rachamem tzidkatecha tamid gomlem. Ana bekoach, gedulat yemincha, tatit tzerura, tatit tzerura, kabel rinat amecha, rinat amecha, sagvenu tarenu nora. Nai 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 nai. Lai 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 nai 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 nai.
Turn to page 23 as we greet the Shabbat bride, Lecha Dodi.
Nai, 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 nai. Nai, 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 nai. Nai, 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 nai. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmi'anu, El ha'miuchad Adonai echad, U'shemo echad Shemu tiferet ve'elitila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor ha'beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. Mikdash melech עיר מלוכה קומצאי, מתוך אפיך רב לך שבט, בעמק אביך, בחוליה חמול, עלי חמלה. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. הנערים מעפר קומי לבשי בגדיה, תפארתך מעל יד בן ישי, בהלך מקרבה אל נפשי, נפשי גאלה. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. התעוררי, התעוררי כי באורך, קומי אורי, 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 שדברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תרמי בך יחסו. עניי עמי ונבנתה עיר עתידה. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. והיו לשמשה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך. אלוהייך כמסחוס חתן, חתן הכלה. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. ימין ושמאל תברוצי ואת אדוני תריצי על יד איש, בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. בואי בשלום הדרך בלה גם בשמחה, ובצולה תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה
שבת מלכתה.
לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela. לך דודי likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nehekavela.
Please be seated. We turn to page 27, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat.
Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat. Tov tov lehodot l'Adonai, טוב טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון טוב טוב להודות לאדוני טוב טוב להודות לאדוני טוב טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון טוב טוב להודות לאדוני לחגים בבוקר חסדך לחגים בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות ואמונתך בלילות טוב טוב להודות לאדוני מחגים בבוקר חסדך לחגים בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות ואמונתך בלילות טוב טוב להודות לאדוני טוב טוב להודות לאדוני טוב טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון טוב טוב להודות לאדוני.
We turn to page 29 as we declare God sovereign of the universe, Adonai Malach.
Adonai Malach Gehul Lavesh Lavesh Adonai Ozit Hazar Aftikon Tevel Baltimot Aftikon Tevel Baltimot Nachon Kisecha Meyaz Me'olam Naseu neharot Adonai, Naseu neharot olam, Yiseu neharot ogyam, Mikolam tzmayim rabim, Adirim mishpereyam, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai, Erotecha nemnu me'od, Leveitcha nava kodesh, Adonai leorech yamim, Adonai leorech yamim, mikolot mayim rabim, adirim mishpereyam, adir b'marom Adonai, adir b'marom Adonai.
Let us please rise for Baruch, page 39.
Nai nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai ya na nai 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 ya na nai nai ya na nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai ya na nai 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 ya na nai nai ya na nai Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Yadadai Nai nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai Yadadai nai 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 Yadadai nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai. Yada nai 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 yada nai nai yada nai. Umavir yom umevi laila. Umabdil ben yom uven laila. Adonai tzvaot shemo. Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'gayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai hamariv ha'aravim.
Ahavat Olam, page 40.
Ahavat olam Ben Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot u'kim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu B'shofeinu u'vkumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismak b'divrei Toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגד יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוקבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו תותפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך ואם שמוע תשמעו את מצוותיי אשר אני מצווך אתכם היום לבד. ושמתם את דברי אלי על לבביכם ויאמר אל משה לאמור אל בני ישראל ואמרת להם בסוד ציצית וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ושמחותיו למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue praying Micha Mocha, page 44.
Nai 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 nai. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אלי anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Nai 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 nai
Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashki.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkah shlomecha, ufros aleinu, Sukkah shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Haboreis Sukkah shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen. Ufros aleinu, Sukkah shlomecha, ufros aleinu, Sukkah shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Haborei Sukkah shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen.
Let us please rise for Vashamru, page 46.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל
את השבת,
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל
את השבת,
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Hatzikadosh 46.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה קדושי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו,
Amen. Yesh me'rava mevorach
Le'alam olam me'almaya
Yitbarach
Yitbarach V'yitpa'ar v'yitroma v'yinaseh V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal Shem Melech Kudesha B'richu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata
v'nechemata
Damiran ve'alma ve'imeru. Amen.
We continue praying the Amidah silently, beginning on page 47. If you finish praying the Amidah, please be seated. We're going to continue with Shalom Rav, which is on page 51.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata umelech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata umelech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We make peace together. Ose Shalom, page 52.
Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen.
Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
Yitkin al v'gerashim mei rabba ve'alma divra kirute ve'amlik malkute v'chayechonu v'mechonu v'chaydechu beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'miru Amen. Yehesh mei rabba mevarach ve'alam le'al me'almaya Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yirmaminaseh v'yithadar v'yidale v'yitalal shemeni kudusha v'riku le'ela minko berkata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ve'alma ve'imru Amen. Titkabal tzlot tahon va'utahon kol Yisrael kodam v'hono v'yishmaya ve'imru Amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim al nevel kol Yisrael ve'imru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. When I was in college and I was learning to be a teacher, I was introduced to an activity that was meant to encourage team building, leadership, and engineering. And this activity is called the Marshmallow Challenge. And the way it works is typically you have a class or a workshop, and you divide everybody in it into groups of maybe 3 or 4 people, and they are given the following supplies: 20 sticks of raw, hard spaghetti, 1 yard of string, 1 yard of masking tape, and 1 marshmallow. And the challenge is to build the tallest freestanding tower in 18 minutes that can hold the weight of the marshmallow on top. Now, this might sound very easy, but after having done it, I can tell you it's a lot harder than it sounds because it forces people to collaborate with each other very quickly. Now, since I learned how to do this activity, I've done this exercise with different groups many times since. I've done it mainly with students in different religious schools, but I also had the chance to do it with adults at different synagogue retreats, and I can tell you that based off of my observations, almost always the younger the group is, the taller the towers get. Now this is very interesting. I've literally done the same activity with kindergartners, and I did it later with adults, some of who were CEOs of companies, business people, lawyers, and even a group of engineers. And the kindergartners totally mopped the floor with the older adult groups. Now, I guess the question is, why is this the case? And I have some ideas, but first let me walk you through how this activity usually goes if you have an adult group. The first part of the activity, after I give them the instructions, the group orients themselves to the task. They hear the instructions, and then they talk about what the structure could look like. They assign or take leadership roles within the group. Then they plan and implement different designs. They symbol the sticks on the table. They start to make a little structure. And then as the time begins to run out, towards the end, they place their little marshmallow on the top, and then they just hope. Sometimes they pray that it holds, and if it does, there's a big sigh of relief. But usually, it doesn't hold. And the tower starts to wilt or starts to crash. And this is the best part, because then there's panic. Everyone scrambles to try anything to solve it. People are working on top of each other instead of working with each other. It's a huge mess. That's the adult group. I should also mention that while they're building their towers, usually I wander around the room and I talk to different groups, and I try to give these groups advice on things that work, and I tell them what doesn't work. After all, I've done it many times, supervised this activity, and I can tell you that universally with the adult groups, almost always, they completely ignore my advice. What do you know, Faye? They don't use the materials I tell them to use. They ignore me when I tell them how to place the tower. And these are the groups that usually can't even get their structure to hold the marshmallow at all in the end. Now, on the contrast, when I do this activity with little kids, they go about the exercise in a totally different way, and almost always they produce a taller tower, and their towers are almost always more interesting than that of their adult counterparts. Because rather than thinking of a plan and then executing the plan and then hoping that it works, children will just start off by taking the marshmallow, and they'll immediately begin playing with it, playing with different ideas and different prototypes to make it work. And they constantly refine their towers as they fall and crash. They'll build, tweak, and rebuild. They use their entire time making rather than just talking. And notably, two things that the kids do differently. A, they don't jockey for power. Nobody tries to become the CEO of Spaghetti Incorporated while they're doing this exercise. The little kids, they just do it. And secondly, the thing that the kids always do is listen to my advice. This week's Torah portion, Noach, contains two of the most famous stories from the Torah, Noah's Ark and the Tower of Babel. Now, both of these stories involve construction. One is a large boat, the other a tall tower. I think the lessons given to us at the beginning of the Torah are more universal than the lessons closer to the end of the Holy Book. But these two very different building projects contain important messages for us all. Now, the first construction project we're told about is Noah building the ark. The whole point of this story is that it was successful. We're told that because of this boat that Noah built, it saved all the earth's animals and kept Noah and his family safe during the punishing flood through which God destroyed the rest of humanity. The second construction project we're told about happens about 340 years later, and it's called the Tower of Babel, built by residents of Babylon who wanted to climb to heaven and wage a war against God. Now, this project, we're told, is an absolute failure, leading to the widespread dispersion of everyone involved. So the question remains, why was Noah's endeavor a success while the builders of the Tower of Babel failed? I think the simple answer is that Noah was working for God while the tower builders were working against God. The text of the Torah tells us that, quote, Noah did everything that God commanded him. Now, if we juxtapose that verse to the Tower of Babel, where the text says, quote, God descended to see the city and tower which the sons of man built, we get a very powerful lesson. You see, dear friends, when we come closer to God, we almost always succeed. When we listen to God's advice, when we try to adhere to the faith of our ancestors who have given us commandments and advice to navigate life, when we act out of love and try to cooperate with others, we almost always succeed. This is similar to the kindergartners building their tower. They take advice, build, fall, and rebuild. However, when we work to oppose God, universally, we almost always fail. You can see this with rich and powerful celebrities. They might have means, but oftentimes they're just miserable. They try to build, but just like the adults in the Marshmallow Challenge, they refuse to heed advice. They put all their hopes and dreams on endeavors they've built using just themselves. And the result? A huge crash. Friends, my prayer for us tonight is that we may all find great success, not by worshiping humans or ourselves, but by worshiping the Creator of all humanity. I'll leave you with a famous quote. Life is like a marshmallow, easy to chew, but hard to swallow. Shabbat Shalom.
Let us please rise. We're going to turn to page 73 for Shalom Aleichem.
Echem Malchei Hashared Malchei Elyon Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Boachem L'Shalom Malchei Hashalom Malchei Elyon Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ani leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitkhem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Let us please remain standing for Kiddush, which is on page 55. I'd like to invite Ezra Bloom, our bar mitzvah for this Shabbat, to lead us in Kiddush.
Ezra.
Yeah. Jonathan, if you'd like to join him. And all the children that are with us tonight, please come up to the bima for Kiddush. Come on, guys. Give Ezra a hand. Page 55. What is Ezra? There's the Kiddush card. Take the Kiddush card. There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shavat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu, zikaron lema'aseh
Bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah,
v'ma'ikra kodesh,
zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shavat kodshecha, ve'ava u'bratzon, inchaltanu.
Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Here. Jonathan, Ezra. Ready? Go for it. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. Ezra, we have a special presentation for you this Shabbat, this evening. Yeah, it's a certificate actually. Here, eat some challah, it's okay. So it's a certificate that says that a tree has been planted in your honor in Israel. It says a tree will be planted in honor of Ezra Bloom, Mazel Tov from Temple Beth Sholom. We hope that this tree not only is a statement of how we all feel about Israel, that we have to keep on planting, and even though Israel really a tremendously developed and beautiful and strong country, we still need to plant more trees, and we still need to go more often, and we still need to do even more to make it even bigger and stronger and more beautiful. So may this tree be the beginning of your contribution to the future of the Jewish people. Mazel Tov to you, Ezra.
Thank you.
And hope to meet you one day in that forest, looking together at that tree.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to tomorrow. I hear it's going to be pretty good. Right? Okay. Let us remain standing for Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו גריעי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו ככם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא שנטע שמיים ויוסד השמיים. וידעתך היום לכבודך.
לתקן עולם במלכות שלהם.
אוקיי, נגיד לך. קראתי בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, Bayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad Ushemo 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 Echad.
Please be seated. Simple Beth Sholom is acknowledging the yortzites of Asher Abalos, Aidna Bolsani Azus, Nathan Inapt, Manny Barney, Sebi Baraja, Nathan Burnson, Morris Brick, Bess Brown, Bessie Kaplan, Doris Schiss, Beatrice David, Bessie Drake, Florence Friedman, Gertie Frumer, Meyer Mike Gordon, Helen Greenberg, Esther Grinberg, Hyman Heimowitz, Harvey Israelton, Miriam Casson, Albert Klein, Max Levy, Mo Lewis, John Locke, Ida Kinningsberg Mintz, John Morelli, Mo Moss, Norman Nathan, Harold Oberman, Ruth Pasternak, Malka Prum, Ruth Roth, Florence Finster Schumann, Samuel Solomon, Mindell Spitzer, Morris Starr, Marilyn Mickey Waller, Perry Weinberg, and Moses Zoomer. Mourners and those observing a yortzeit have an opportunity to say the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 58. Yitzgadal v'yitzgadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divarak yirutei v'yamlik makutei, be'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'kaye dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarak le'alam u'lalmei almaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudusha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nekemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav, huya aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Please be seated. We now have an opportunity to hear some announcements from the president of our congregation, Bill Mason.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Hodson, DJ, and Rabbi Goodman. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you. Ezra, congratulations. Thank you for having your bar mitzvah here at the temple. Looking forward to tomorrow. Jonathan, thank you for your family and everybody and for being here. Announcements for tonight. Larry, you'll have to correct me when I get to Thursday night. Please join us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for Shabbat services. During the upcoming week, morning minyan begins at 9 a.m. on Sundays and Mondays through Friday. Oh, there you go. 9 a.m. on Sunday and Mondays through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Tickets are on sale now for the 613 a cappella concert on December 4th. Remember, that's in lieu of a gala this year. We're hosting the concert. I think that everybody's going to love it. It's very interesting. You can listen to them on YouTube. They're a phenomenal entertainment group. There will be a cocktail hour and silent auction leading into the event. There's a link to purchase the tickets at the temple website. Also, if you'd like to place an ad in the journal, please contact us. Kim, I think I saw Kim earlier. We're definitely looking to generate ad space, and there will be, like I said, the silent auction. In recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Women's League is collecting new and nearly new bras, underpants, and socks. Unopened new female products will be distributed to the women's shelters in the area. A collection box is in the lobby for your donations. USY 7th to 12th graders will be having a bowling tournament at the Suncoast Hotel this Sunday. It is also time to RSVP to DJ for the upcoming USY Kadima Shabbat dinner on November 4th. Tuesday morning, if you find yourself with a house full of unopened candy, please bring it to Temple Beth Sholom to help support USY, the ECC, the religious school, the USY, the ECC, and the religious school candy drive to benefit Ronald McDonald House. Donations may be dropped off at the temple lobby or at the school entrance from November 1st through November 7th. Thursday, November 3rd at 6:30, Rabbi Goodman will be teaching the next session of Intro to Judaism. Following this class at 7:30, there we go, Larry. Thank you. We won't be having the Hebrew literacy this week with Larry Wiederhorn. Next week we will have it. Wednesday, November 4th at 6:30, Michael Oren will be here to present his new book, Swan's War. He will discuss Israeli politics and current events, tying them in with the new book. After the Q&A, Michael will be available for the book signing. Please RSVP to the temple office, and that can also be found in your Shabbat handbook. Following services tonight, join us for the Oneg in the large social hall. Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by Martine and Jonathan Bloom. Thank you, Jonathan. In honor of their son Ezra becoming a bar mitzvah. If you know a temple member who is in the hospital, ill at home, or in a nursing home, please contact us. Also, if you're new to Temple Beth Sholom and would like to know more about us, please see me afterwards. I will be happy to talk to you about anything Temple Beth Sholom. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. We conclude our service with Adon Olam on page 211, followed by our special blessing.
Adon Olam, Hashem Alach, B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra, Leit Nasa, B'hefso kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nigra, Ve'acharei Gilotako, Levado Yimlok Nora, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yeh B'tifara, Ve'hu Echad, Ben Sheni, Neham Shelo Le'afira, Ve'li Reshit, Ve'li Tachlit, Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'hamizrayim, Ve'hu Eini, Ve'chagol li, Ve'tzur Chevli, Ve'etzara, Ve'hu Nisi, Umanos li, Menakosi, Ve'yom Ekra, Ve'ado, Avkid Ruchi, Ve'etishan, Ve'ahira, Ve'imruchi, Gebiati, Adonai li, Ve'lo ira, Nai, 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 nai.
Let us at this time all come together as a congregation, as a community, as we share in the beauty and the peace and the light of Shabbat.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ya'ir Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yevorechecha Adonai
Adonai Oslemo iten, Adonai Yavarech et Amov Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Mevorach.
Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu, Odevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam.